Hello guys, it is me again, it's HorrorFan34, and welcome back to another video. And as you can tell, it's pretty quiet in here. The air conditioner was just taken out today, thankfully. Just haven't got a chance to take them out until recently. Just been busy with a lot of stuff, and so now it's more quieter in here now. And I know I usually have posters, like when I don't have the air conditioner there, I usually have some posters there. But I always have like the same ones there, like, you know, I have like I don't know if you guys remember, like, in this background where I have, like, you know, Starman, Nightmare on Elm Street, things like that. But I'm going to switch it up a little bit on this side right here where there's no posters at. So, like, in a future video, like, this will be covered up with posters on this side where the window is. But anyways, but getting on to the video itself, welcome to Day 10, and sadly the last day of this Thankskilling 10-day challenge that was created by Brother Peanut Butter. Now, for those of you who are new to this series of videos, like I said, if you don't know what this challenge is about, basically Brother Peanut Butter created a challenge where for 10 days for the month of November for Thanksgiving, you would review one horror film per day for 10 days. And basically, with each review that you do, it's a different kind of category of horror. So, like, with Day 1, it was slashers. Day 2 was creature features. Day 3 was sci-fi horror. Day 4 was Italian horror. Day 5 was Japanese and Korean horror. Day 6 was French horror. Day 7 was independent horror films. Day 8 was I don't remember what Day 8 was. Horror comedy. Day 9 was, of course, splatter films. Now we're getting on to the last one of this 10-day challenge, and for Day 10, it is found footage horror films. Now, I do own this film on DVD and Blu-ray, but it was kind of a pain to get out of my closet because it was kind of like in the back, and I had to pull like a lot of stuff out. It was just too much. I'm like, you know what? You know, I own the DVD and Blu-ray of this, but I figured it'd be just easier for me to talk about this, you know, because it really is my favorite found footage horror film of all time, and it's always going to be one of my personal favorite horror films, and all that stuff. So I figured, you know what, let me review this film for the last day for Thanksgiving, for the month of Thanksgiving, for this challenge. And of course that review is going to be none other than on the Blair Witch Project. Now, the Blair Witch Project was a film that was released in 1999, and basically, the story is very similar. I'm sure you've heard of the story of this movie by now, but it's about, three people that go out in the woods and then they don't come back, and they go missing, and then their footage is found, and then they watch the footage and shows them what happens to them and things like that. You have Joshua Leonard, Heather Donahue, and Michael C. Williams as your three people. And the Blair Witch Project is really one of those films that I just love. I know nowadays it doesn't get, and I know it's not too much, doesn't have much of a fan base nowadays like it did back in the day, but I still am one of those people that still really enjoy this film because it's a really creepy idea, And on top of that too, it's kind of an idea that's like really creepy because, like, this might happen, you know what I mean? Like, you can get lost in the woods very, very easily. You might not know which way you came or things like that. If, and things kind of keep repeating because you feel like you've been to this spot before, but you can't find your way out and things like that. Kind of like a dead end kind of like situation. But things kind of like looping. You can't get out of it. Things seem to repeat, like you keep coming back to the same thing, things like that. And I think this film works really, really well because the Blair Witch Project is really one of those films that really inspired like found footage horror films. Like you would like inspire with things like Cloverfield or Diary of the Dead by George Romero, or things like As Above, So Below, and The Devil Inside. And you can definitely tell that the Blair Witch Project really had a big impact on found footage horror films. You can kind of say Cannibal Holocaust was too, kind of like the found footage style. and kind of maybe you could say like Blair Witch was probably inspired by a film like that because of the found footage kind of like style. But really, it was really one of like this is the film that really kind of inspired the found footage genre, and then you have the things like Cloverfield and much more found footage horror films like the Paranormal Activity movies and things like that. But the Blair Witch Project just works so well, in my opinion. It's a really creepy premise out in the middle of the woods, and I think the three leads do a really great job. You know, Joshua Leonard, Heather Donahue, and Michael C. Williams. Because these characters are really relatable, because you know they fight with each other, they kind of say things that you would might say, and things like that. Especially like Michael C. Williams, you know, and you really think about it too. Is like imagine yourself in these people's position, and you're out in the middle of the woods, and then you run out of food, you run out of water, you don't know what to do, you're lost, you're cold, you're tired, and like, imagine yourself being in that position, just like these three people were. I mean, it's kind of scary when you think about it, because this can actually happen. You know, you might run short on food or water, and you might get lost out there and might not know where you're going, because you go so deep into the woods. And especially during the nighttime sequences. Like, the nighttime sequences are always some of the stuff that really makes my skin crawl. And it's really creepy stuff that happens, you know, with their whole running away and they think someone's chasing after them and things like that. I mean, the whole urban legend of the Blair Witch itself and things like that. I mean, just really creepy stuff. And I think just the Blair Witch Project just works so well on so many things. A really likable cast, a creepy idea, it's creepy atmosphere. I love it. It's a creepy concept too, because like I said, you can easily get lost out there in the woods and not know where you're going. And it's so creepy, and I think the Blair Witch Project is still really that's like one of the many reasons why this is my favorite found footage film of all time, and one of my personal favorite horror movies. It would easily be in my top 10 because this film just works on so many levels. You know, likable cast and things like that. It's directed very well, and you know. I still think this film is just fantastic, and I really do enjoy this film a lot because of I can go into a whole bunch more details, but for those who haven't seen the Blair Witch Project, I mean, I would recommend you go check it out if you haven't seen it yet. I know it's not too much, doesn't have too much of a fan base nowadays, but I still am one of the few people that really do enjoy the Blair Witch Project. So I'm going to say that's pretty much it for my review for the Blair Witch Project. And thank you guys so much for watching. It was fun doing this challenge, and I want to thank Brother Peanut Butter for making me be a part of this challenge, and it was a lot of fun doing so. So thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Alright guys, take care.